Hello everyone, this is Professor Hitesh Matre, HOD Computer Engineering Department of Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to learn about unit number 5, that is function, and the topic is functions basics and the library function. Now what is a function? A function is a group of statements that together performs a task. Every C program has at least one function which is main that we have used in so many programs up till now. And all the most trivial programs can be defined as an additional functions. So you can divide up your code into separate functions. Now how you divide up your code among the different functions is up to you. But logically the division is such that each function performs a specific task. A function declaration tells the compiler about the function name, the return type and the parameters. A function definition provides the actual body of the function. The C standard library provides a numerous inbuilt functions that you can call in a program. A function can also be referred as a method or a subroutine or a procedure. Now, why there is a need of a function? Now, the functions are used because of the following reasons. To improve the readability of the code, improves the reusability of the code as same function can be used in any other program rather than writing the same code from the scratch. Debugging of a code could be easier if you use functions as errors are easy to be traced. Reduces the size of a code and the duplicate set of statements are replaced by the function calls. Library functions. Now the C standard library functions or the simply C library functions are inbuilt functions in a C programming. The prototype and the data definition of these functions are present in their respective header files. To use these functions, we need to include the header files in a program. For example, if you want to use a printf function, the header file stdio.h should be included. Now these are some of the library functions like string handling function, mathematical function, some miscellaneous function like strlen, strcpy, strcat, strcmp, strreverse, then square root, power, log, exponential, cos, sine, and then some miscellaneous function like random and delay. So we will see one by one. Starting with the strlen. Now this function is used to find the length of a character string. So here we can see example. So integer n, since it is will return the length as the integer value. Then we have a character variable here which stores a value, say Bangalore. Then say n is equal to strlen of st. Now st is nothing but a character variable. So calculate the length of this particular string and it stores the value in the variable n. So here we can see starting from B up to L, E, we can see here it is up to 9 characters. So the value of n will be 9. So in this, it will not count the null character because whenever we are using a string in C, the last character will be the null. So we are not, for this function, it will not count your null character. So strlen gives the length of a string. CPY. Now this function is used to copy the content of one string into another string. Now this we have already seen in the structures also, that how you assign a values using the copy. So character strcpy, then destination and the source. Means first we have to specify the variable where you want to copy, and then we have to specify the source, that is from this location will be copied to this. Here's an example like character ct is 15, then strcpy city comma Bangalore. So Bangalore is the text that will be, or the string that will be copied into the variable city. So strcpy to copy the string. Then strcat, that is nothing but a concatenation of a two string. Now it concatenates the source string at the end of the destination string. The syntax is character, say strcat, the destination and the source. Example is str2 comma str1. So it will concatenate str1 is concatenated at the end of str2. Similarly, here we can see it depends on how you write the sequence of this string. So if you have say 2 comma 1, so 1 will be concatenated at the end of 2. If it is 1 comma 2, then 2 will be concatenated at the end of str1. Then strcmp, Now strcmp used to compare a two string. Now if both the strings are equal, it will return a 0. But if the length of a string 1 is less than string 2, then it will return a value that is less than 0. But if the string 1 is greater than string 2, then it will return a value that is greater than 0. So syntax compare, it is of type integer. We have seen str copy and str concatenation that has a type character, but since this returns a value as an integer, so integer strcmp string 1 comma string 2. Now in this strcmp is a case sensitive, that is capital A and small a are treated as a different characters. So here we have an example. We have two variables, that is city and town. City is assigned a value Madras and town is assigned a value as Mangalore. Now we see integer n equal to strcmp city comma town, means it is comparing Madras and Mangalore. So in this we can see here first letter, that is m and m are equal. Then it goes for the second character, that is a and a are equal. Then it goes for the third character, that is d and n. Now in this you can see d is smaller than n. D is smaller than n, so it will return a negative value as we have discussed earlier. That is, if string 1 is less than string 2, it will return a value that is less than 0. Now when you execute this, you will get a value as a minus 10. Now this is nothing but the difference between the ASCII values of d and n. So these values, so you will get as a minus 10. Then string reverse. Now this function is to reverse the string. So whatever the string is provided, so it will just give you the reverse order of that string. So we can see here, say character name, say we have written a hello, then your strrev, that is reverse, and then name. So it will give you return the string in a reverse order. So reverse. Then comes your for the above all the functions, you will be using string.h as an header file. Next comes your mathematical function where you require math.h as a header file. So starting with sqrt, now this function will return the square root of a number, So say integer x equal to 0, double result, say result equal to square root, then you convert this into a double form. So whatever the value you specify here, that will give you the square root and it will store the result in this particular result variable. Next is power. Now this function is used to compute the power of a number. Now this power function takes two arguments, a base value and the power value, and it returns the power raised to the base number. The syntax here is say double power, that is POW, double x double y. So this x is nothing but a base and y is nothing but a power. So here we can see integer base is 3, integer power is 5. So means what we are doing, we are calculating 3 raised to 5. So power, since a power is related to double of type double, so you have to convert this integer value into double. So that's why this is a typecasting. So double base, double power. So it is 3 to the power 5. So that value will be returned by your power function. Then is the log. Now this is used to compute the natural logarithm of an argument that you have specified. So there are two ways, that is long, directly double log argument. So whatever the value you are specifying here, it will give you the natural log of that particular argument. Then if you want to find the log of say double value or the floating number, then you can say double long double, say double here. So instead of log, you will be writing a log L to indicate that it is a long. But for float, again you write a float. Instead of log, you write log F. So you can calculate the log of that particular value. But whenever considering the logarithmic, the arguments, that is the value that you are passing to the function, if the arg, that is the parameter, is greater than 0, then it will calculate the log. But if the parameter is less than 0, that is it can if you are writing any negative number, then it will show you an runtime error, means it will not give you the proper result. So make sure when you're using a log function, the argument that you are passing is a positive number. Then the exponential, now it is used to compute the exponential, that is Euler's number raised by the given argument. So whatever the argument is passed, so e raised to that particular value, will be calculated. So it gives you exponential, so double exp and then the argument. Similarly, if you want to calculate for long, so expl. If you want to calculate for float, then expf and the argument that you are passing, so it will calculate the Euler's number, that is the exponential. Then to find the cosine value, so you have directly used the cost function. So using this cost function, the single argument is the value that you are passing should be in a radians, because we represent the values, either calculate this value in degrees or radians. So you will be passing in a radians, and the return type is double, and the value of your cost will range from -1 to 1. Again, for long and float, for long it is cos L, for float it is cos F. Then the numbers can be any value, positive or negative. So you can calculate the value of cos, that is positive value of cos and negative value. Similarly for the sine, so you can calculate the value of sine using this sine function. Again, the value of sine lies between 1 and -1. Again, here the argument that you are passing will be in the radians, that is the angle that you are giving will be in the radians. Then next we have two values that is based on the time. So for this you will require time.h. So first function is the random. So this will just generate any random numbers. So we have just written a code. See, first random number, say random. Now modulus 10, 100. So because this is because I want the values between say 100, that is 0 to 100. So that's why I'm writing here. So the first two values are modulus 100. So the values that is between 100 will be displayed random values. And third, I have not specified any modulus operation. So any by default random value. So generally the value. So I am getting this as a random value. So if you want in your program to generate anything random value, so you can use this function. Then we have a delay. Now most of the time we use this functions when we are dealing with hardware parts, where we use embedded C language, because or we want certain things to be performed after slight delay. So because when you execute your program within a seconds, your output will be displayed, but if you want to delay like one by one to be displayed, so you can use this delay function. So here we can see a delay. The value specified here is say 5000. Now this 5000 represents your milliseconds that you can convert into a second. So to understand how much time it will take, so this is nothing but a what we can say is a 5 seconds delay. You can change this value. These are the references that I have gone through to bring you this topic. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you.